Welcome back, folks. Well, we don't quite know who we touched there, and what we touched, and what happened, but we don't give up so easy. Good folks, we are not gonna give up so easy. Share the live, smash that. We intend to get through our program. We intend to get through. Like this water story touched somebody. I don't know. Good folks watching us, like the water story touch somebody. It's by the cutlery. Why are you doing it? Don't do it. We can get through some things quickly, folks, and then we're gonna meet up on the other side. I tell you, I talk about the end of this, at the end of the program, and as Van Classic asking us, what happened there? I don't know. I'm not ready to finish the program as yet. They might be ready for us to finish because they want to hear everything we got to talk. But I'm not finished yet. More Kenyan soldiers for Haiti. More Kenyan soldiers for Haiti. You know, a number of them have already landed in Haiti. Quite a few, and they're telling us 400 more Kenyan soldiers have been deployed for Haiti. How many Caribbean countries got boots on the ground in Haiti? How many? We got some boots on the ground in Grenada, rightfully so, helping out our CARICOM brothers and sisters there. But Haiti has been left exposed. So we're watching this, folks. We're watching this. They're telling us we got some soldiers in Haiti. It's all I don't know. While that's happening on that front, folks. While that's happening on that front, a huge cocaine bus. You remember when we had 11 tons? Was it 11 or 10? To Belgium, to the Netherlands, right? From Ecuador to Germany this time, our name and calling yet. We name and call it 6 tons of cocaine. 6 tons of cocaine. This was going from Ecuador to Germany. They're still in touch with yet. They're still in touch with. We had it 10. Was it 10 or 11? Those of you who know the story. Those of you who know the whole thing. Carol Jacobs, 11 tons. Thanks, Carol. Thanks, Carol. Folks, if you're asking is what happening, we're asking the same question. Christopher Chichester says, that's PPP. And who else? Chichester? PPP and Associates. It's the same, folks. PPP and Associates. Look what else we're following. Closer to home now. Closer to home in the Caribbean region. Jamaica, according to the University of West Indies, UWI, recorded a 3.5 magnitude earthquake today. They're telling us that the damage is there, still being assessed. 6.5. Yep. Thoughts and prayers with our Jamaican brothers and sisters. Didn't hear of any damages, any major damages, that is, but they said they're assessing that. Thoughts and prayers with them. It's always something. Always something. You all know, once we come home, Dan Graves, Andy, Eva Mathis, we're just rolling on, you know. What's up? I don't know what's going on here. Maybe we gotta start lock and chuck in here. We gotta start, you know, maybe then things can start going right. But we hope that you great folks understand why we were a little late this evening. Got in hot from Bartica on the program. Let's touch on some of the things we're following locally. Good folks, police caught with drugs. This is like the third incident in as many months where you know police from thief. You remember police? Well, not police necessarily, but men dressed in police uniform. Let me put it in that way. Or took an executive in the compound of GBTI, $10 million. And then there was another incident of persons dressed as policemen. Police caught at Linden. And it was quite a little hefty number here. A little hefty. Look, hold on, folks. Even if they're not paying you well and all that, you know what you're signing up to. You know what you were signing up to. I would love if they would pay all our soldiers, our teachers, our policemen livable wages. Could we start there? livable wages. Policemen might not go in this direction, but that is not an excuse for side hustle. It is absolutely not an excuse for a side hustle. So please, this is a 29-year-old constable, they're telling us, 9.6 kg or 21 pounds of ganja. That's not recreation. You know, that's no recreation. They said during an intelligence-led operation, they searched the vehicle the police constable was driving, a Toyota Premio at Garden of Eden. 21 pounds of ganja. Where you going with that? Where you going with that? Now he can on the other side of the bars. He can be on the other side of the bars. Now I can tell you, once we come into 592, that's one thing we got to deal with it now. And then look, he's back again. Highway this time. Highway this time. Another intelligence operation. You see, by the nothing these things, they could call it an intelligence operation. If they miss the folks like that, whoosh, you might say lack of intelligence. But this is an intelligence-led operation that led to these fines, 10 pounds this time on the highway. Where is this thing farming? You all know? You all know where this thing is being farmed? You all know where it's being farmed? Don't keep it to yourself. Good folks, please and thank you. If you know, please let us know. You all know where it's being farmed? You all see the amount? 10 pounds in one case. 21 pounds in another instance. It's not easy at all. Folks, y'all gonna forgive us tonight, huh? Y'all gonna forgive us this evening. They cut the program in half, so they want you to get the valid and credible information apparently. Signs of the times, they tell us, good folks. And you all know once we come in the 592, it abounds all around. We see it all around, good folks. Signs of the times. It abounds all around. Look, story here now. Skeletal remains found. I fed up. In a yard in Essequibo, believed to be that of a missing Essequibo fisherman. Right? Been missing for a couple of days now. Feroz Khan. A couple of weeks now. Been missing since June 21st. Since June 21st. 49-year-old Feroz Khan of Danielstown, Essequibo Coast. And listen to this. His skeletal remains were found in his yard by his brother Shamir. Who would want to do this to Feroz? It was found by Feroz's brother Shamir in Feroz's yard. Crime in this country. You know why crime is like this, good folks? The police distracted. You didn't see it? We didn't see how distracted. Policeman got caught with 21 pounds of ganja. He distracted. He's not into crime fighting there. He ain't into crime fighting at all. Remember that young migrant woman they found dead quite recently? Well, the police says they've now held the main suspect. Crime. It's how the criminal elements would act with impunity, like they have immunity. That is how they're operating. Police says they believe they have their man. Anyway, I learned a long time ago. It's not when you know. It's where you could prove in court. I hear this plenty times. Now you got to know case submission and people walk free. But folks, I dare say, let the hammer fall. Wake up and fall. The hammer justice. Let justice be done. Right? I don't know the life this young lady was living. I ain't think about her. But life is a life. Pace and power. Life is life. You can't just go around killing people just unlawfully. What's the matter with you folks? Again, the police feel that they have prime suspect, they said, have been nabbed. And look, story here now. You remember that we were talking about Bartica earlier as we started part one, the other program. Yeah, only people you can tired to see me face. They can cut the program, they can do whatever they want. Infiltrate however you want to infiltrate with Mercury, with Pegasus, whoever. We can keep talking the things. Y'all are right, sweet. Y'all know we went to Bartica, come back in one day. Don't come wrong me like that. Ben, when tell that police name calling? Police name calling in Bartica. Ben says he want a more accountable police force. He say he taking the gloves off. You see, we get into election year, all these hurly-flurly things, these fluffy ideas all of a sudden. Oh, there's strong corruption. They clapping down on the contractors. Now it's a police force. They say what? Shape up or ship out. He said we've been playing too soft with the with the Guyana police force. Too soft, he says. We've been playing. Oh, you think so, Ben? You feel so? You think so? Look what else on this very front here. We're coming down back to Bartica. I hope our criticisms this evening, they're going to be constructive. Who's sharing it live? That's what I'm asking. I hope our criticisms are going to be constructive. Higgins says he acknowledges the flaws, like the 16 million, 16.5. The six, you put in money today in the credit union, take it back out tomorrow, and you get 1.5 million interest? How is getting the credit union? How is getting there? How is put on little How is put on little money in there? Y'all help me out. He says he don't mind your criticisms. But your criticisms have to be constructive. Privilegia. Privilegia says the pink shirt for her. Gil Alicok, Marcia Egan, Jaiwan Bundari, Commissioner Cole. Such tough times we're living in. Dan Grips Andy. Dan say Wanga there. Where's the application from? He doesn't mind you criticizing Daphne and Marilyn, Gil Alicok, John Jones. He don't mind you being critical. Alex Green, Shirin Bent. He don't mind. But your criticisms got to be constructive. That's what he says. That's what he says. Well, I got some criticism in the closer. I got 1 and 2 criticisms. If you please, Chanel Smith Daniels. If you please, Chanel. I got 1 and 2. Chanel said, me ain't got nothing good in my mouth when it comes to them. So your criticism is destructive. They're not constructive. Donna Payne. Folks, hold on. Bring it back a little bit. A family lost 2 of the family members. Horrific. Boat collision. I saw people using the word mishap. Mishap is so tender. Like the way they've been treating the Guyana police force. According to Ben, it's so tender. Mishap. A boat collision. When somebody tell you the bow of the boat separated from the boat, 3 rows of chair missing, that's not a mishap. A mishap is a little fender bend on the water. That's a mishap. The bow of the boat disintegrates. 3 rows of seats missing. That's mishap. 3 young men were flung overboard. Flung overboard. Well, a lot of people were flung overboard. 3 went under. We spoke with one of the families today. As we were there in Bartica. 2 members of your family ripped from you like that. And one afternoon, you should see pain in this family. You should see pain on the faces of this family. I don't see here from them run and meet with these families. Hickens, Robeson. Soon as you hear a building got a little smoke, all the ministers converge. You should see grief, pain, like a cloak on this family, like a shroud. Take a listen to some of what they told us. And I'll just say this. The Bartica police name calling and the Maritime Administration Department. Marat, name calling as well. Take a listen. Back to Bartica. Tell us where we are here in Bartica. What is this area called?
Agatash.
This is Agatash.
Yeah.
And we're talking about these young men who lost their lives recently after this boat collision.
Okay.
Tell us who these young men are to you.
Grandson Davison is my foster son. I bring him up since he was 3 months. Till he was father 4 years, and the other one, Troy Joseph, was my son-in-law.
And Troy was 32 years old, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
And they were, from the reports that I have, on the day in question, they had, or the day before rather, they had gone to collect their salaries. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Yeah. They went the day before, which was Thursday, and when they reached the manager who they're working with, they said that they wouldn't be paying on that day, Thursday, until the next day, which is Friday, the following Friday, hoping that they would pay Friday morning. They then later on get to understand they had to wait till afternoon around 5:36 to collect the money because they didn't working. And there was, I think they keep communicating with the wife, which is my daughter and my daughter-in-law, and they were in the line to collect the money already night.
So this was the 4th of July, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And then they collected the money late. They had some people who they owed, so they decided to walk and come out to Italy and pay the people that they owe. It normally happens that they take things from people and they pay every month then. So them come down to get the boat and then they meet up with the captain, find out if he will come, and he say yes, he coming to Bartica, but you have to wait for a passenger who's coming from Puruni. And this how they end up waiting until when Sharpman, which is Hudson, ready.
Yeah, and I've learned, you can confirm this. They went to receive payment from a company called Earth Resources Management Quarry. It's located at Batavia Island.
I don't really know the quarry name, but it is in Batavia.
Good. And tell us now, the day in question, they're coming back to Bartica here. What have you learned transpired?
Well, not until my dad took the Friday night, Friday morning, I should say, around 3 o'clock or minutes to 3, she come rapping at my door and saying that she just, his sister-in-law, which is her brother wife, said that she just get a call from she cousin saying that they had a boat accident at Itabali. Right away, we tried to do some calls and find out. We even call a car right away to pick you up to visit the hospital because we get to understand that the survivors them is in the hospital.
So the family knew at that point that these young men were involved in the accident, or you were just wondering?
We
if they
just
might have been?
wondering. We just want to go over the hospital to find out well if they had any information, any patient by the name of Constable Davidson or Troy Joseph. So we went to the hospital.
And what did you learn there?
When we go, we reach the nurse and we ask the nurse, well, okay, we get to understand that there was an accident, and the nurse said, yes, of course, they got some people upstairs. They asked the name, and we mentioned the name, and she said she don't know, but the two captain is upstairs. She would allow one person to go upstairs. I did go upstairs. And approaching Shartman, which is Hudson, he was trying to turn in a kind of way like easy. So avoid from turning because I know he must be in pain. So I tried to come in front of him fast, and I didn't get to ask him nothing. All we do is just raise the head, and he said, "Just call me Shartman." So he said, "Shartman, your family was in a boat, and they're gone too." That was the reply he gave me. I didn't mention anything to him. I just touched him on the shoulder, and he walked straight down back of the hospital. And I couldn't even tell my wife and me showing him anything because like there was a lump in my throat, couldn't even talk.
Did he tell you how the boat got into this collision,
No, well,
or have you learned that since?
no, I didn't. So far, I went to visit the next morning. We went on a search, and I asked if they could tell me which part the boat that went in the accident, Sharkman boat, or any one of the boat, that they could take me to the boat, that so I could see it. Okay, I went and I see the boat, and the bow was off, and the front bench and the second bench was missing. I then to myself say that I must see back Shartman in the hospital to ask, well, which bench these two boys were sitting in, so they can just get the average, like how they get hit or whatever.
So that is telling you. You said the bow is off,
Yeah.
and some of the seats in front are missing. That
Two.
tells you it was a hard impact
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it was. Yeah, and I did went back to the car. We come through the road. We leave the rest of the guys to come round back with the boat, and we come through with my son's vehicle from Itabali to Bartica. We reached the hospital around 7 o'clock, and I went to Shartman, and we had a discussion concerning the boat and how they been sitting or whatever. Not much and not long. He was speaking to the next person and just asked the question, "Who is the next captain?" And he said, "That is the next captain sitting on the bed." And I just turned and looked at him. I didn't ask him nothing because from information that I gather from other people around, not one, not two, many said that the other captain, which is well known as Redman, I don't know his name, said that he was under the influence of alcohol. So I didn't have no
So
discussion
the
with him.
captain of the other boat,
Yeah, the 200.
he is being alleged to have been drunk.
Yeah,
Oh.
of course.
And this is the guy who would have lost his life to the other captain. No.
No,
Okay.
no. This is short man, the one who lost his son.
Oh, I see.
They been in my family was in his boat, short man boat,
I
the
see.
75 boat.
So you learned that these young men are missing.
Yeah,
On that evening, you
Yeah.
went back to the scene to try to get a sense what really transpired.
yeah,
What has happened since that time? This was the 5th of July. Today is the 16th.
yeah. We the family, we gather some family, we get a boat, collect gasoline or whatever we need to, and we went to the scene where part of this thing occurred, and just hoping like we would see one of them would float or anything, and it was unsuccessful. So we coming back, and then later on in the afternoon we get to understand when the other crew, cause we had a day shift and night shift on the river with no help.
Search party.
Yeah, sort part with no help from the police, just the family.
How recent was that?
That was the fourth day, the Saturday, Friday. It happened. The Saturday, the next day, following
So
Saturday.
this is around the 7th.
Yeah,
The accident
fifth,
happened around the
this-
5th. On the 5th.
and the sixth, because the
Mhm.
fifth was Friday,
Good.
and the 6th.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we went to the sixth, and then and preparing to go, we get a message that a call that they find somebody on the river. I have called a person who was one of my wife's relative, and I called him to just to confirm that if it's true, and he said yes. I said Inko, which him was a call in constant calling him. The boy knew him very well, so I asked him if was Inko. He said no, it's not Inko. It looked like the boat captain's son. And we get the car, we went to the hospital, and he was there in the compound, and we identified the body was Hudson's son.
And this person is Oswald Hudson, I think, was the person who
Yeah,
lost his life.
yeah.
When was his body discovered? Was it the same day?
The Saturday afternoon, the next day.
The next day.
Saturday afternoon, yeah.
And so you all formed this search party. Your family
Yeah.
basically formed this search party.
Yeah.
Went out looking for these boys, your family members who you will have lost so tragically in this accident. What has happened since that time? Because you said initially the police didn't offer any help.
No, we just doing family search. We did the family went out again this Saturday night. The Saturday we went, our next crew went out Saturday night. We went back Sunday, we went back Sunday night, we went back Monday, we went back Monday night. Out from within the 5th to the 10th, only 2 nights was missing out from the search. All the rest was day and night.
Is there any point in your heart that you're hoping that these young men might still be alive? It might be a rescue more than just recovery.
Yes, I got to believe because there's no way like the feelings is like you sometimes you get feelings. There's no way like I was at one time searching and just hoping not to see them. I don't know if it ever happened. Like you're looking for something and yet you don't want to find it. You just keep looking still. But the feelings then really, they're like you would see somebody. But what I think that the police should have get these two captain after they get discharged from the hospital to like carry them and show them the spot before this accident happened and they were able for I wasn't there. They were there. And if they could just remember like just to show them and make a search and get the average, well they as captain they got more with experience more than me personally, and that was my point that this it really sad to know that something like this happened and the police really take it serious to me because I carry two losses. I explained to a short man, I said, in the hospital, I said, you must, I know how you feel. You last one, I last two, but it doesn't mean because I last more than you, I feel more than you. I know you feel the same way. But at the end of this, I only hope the best come out here. This all I thought, and I come out of the hospital.
So again, this accident happened on the 5th.
Yeah.
Um, recently learned that the police and MARAD, this is the Maritime Authority,
Okay.
has joined the search. And this was somewhere around, I think yesterday, which was the 15th.
Yeah.
The 5th to the 15th is 10 days.
Exactly.
The police and the Maritime Authority, the Maritime Administration Department, took to join this search party. What is the family thinking at this point?
We were really disappointed at that point to see because I was listening news last night when Edward Prasad saying well known as Red Autry, he's saying in the news that the police are continuing their search. And I called him on the phone. I said, I really don't understand the station and find out more about that. And I raised my voice and he cut off the phone. I couldn't really understand that part because I can't see a part the police start when you're just started. It means that if you continue, it means that you've been searching before. So I never see it. I speak to the commander and I ask him one day, I can't remember the exact day. When I asked the commander, well, sir, what will become of this, that seeing that this happened, we carry two losses, what would be the outcome? He said, right now, sir, there's a lion on the water top with some police. I said, sir, there's no lion on the water top, there's no police. I'm at home, but I'm keeping contact with my son and all the relative who is out. He said, sir, I'm telling you. I said, okay, and he cut off the phone and I called my son, who's out on the river top. I said, I want to send a video to me. Let me see who is on the water top, if there is any police, and my son did. He showed me that there was three boat family member and one gone to collect food and there is only two boat now. He said, look on the water top, there is no police boat. And I sent the video to the commander. I don't know if he get it, but I never get no response.
Has the police outside of that been in touch with the family? Have they been keeping you
Never,
up to date?
never, not one day up to now, never.
What happens now for the family?
There are so many questions left hanging in the air with, without any answer. Don't know who yet to turn to get some answer.
And what are you expecting of the authorities now that they have started this search yesterday? This is the police again and the Maritime Administration Department, MARAD.
I expect them to do the job, which in terms then for the motherfuckers that who these two captain as men because they are the one who causes the accident. I don't know who is right from who is wrong. They can't have two right and they can't have two wrong. One has to be wrong. So my point is that I'm expecting that the police do the job and we get some kind of justice. I'm hoping, just hoping that happen. I don't know.
Thank you so much for sharing this story with us.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much for coming.
That's the closer, folks. Mm, that's the closer. Could you imagine a boat collision? The impact is so great, at least half of one boat is obliterated. The bow was off. rows of seat missing, young men flung overboard. The police and Marat takes 10 days to launch a search party. The fastest growing economy in the world. 10 days to launch a search party. And in that same beautiful place, I saw some of you saying, very beautiful, Bartica, 5 miles, water comes every other day. It hasn't been coming for 10 days and nobody too worried. The fire service takes water with the tender to 5 miles and selling the water. I said they got to buy fuel and so. That's going to do it for us at the Senate, folks. That's our time and that's our program. Have a fantastic rest of the evening and thanks for staying with us. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Stay safe.